to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jasmine and I'm 23. I make lifestyle content videos. So I wanted to film this video because I just received the notification, or like got my score report back from edTPA. So I wanted to just like sit down with you guys and talk about it, and yeah, and I have my cute little cozy little log thing. Thought that would be cute to just have in the background. And Sebastian's here. If you're not new to my channel, you know he photo bombs or like gets in a lot of my videos in the background. So anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys about edTPA. I live in Virginia, and Virginia does not require edTPA, but Liberty University, where I go to school, they require it. I know some Virginia universities and colleges don't require it, but Liberty does. So I just finished, or I just like got my score report back from edTPA. I passed. I guess I passed because like Virginia doesn't require it. So for the state, like there's nothing, but I'm saying I passed because when I submitted my score report to the college, my professor back was like, "Great job, Jasmine. Those are awesome scores." So that's why I'm saying I passed. Also because I did score really high, much higher than I thought I would score. The scale is from 1 to 5. 1 is like really bad. Like basically getting a condition code, which a condition code is like they don't even score it, so I guess that would be a 0. So 1 is like one step up from that. But I actually got a 4 on my literacy research and like design. I know that one. I wish that I had printed out my score report to read off, but I did not. But I just looked at it before I started filming this video, so I kind of remember everything. But I did get a 4 on that rubric, and then I got a 4 on the mathematics. So yeah, there are like 16 rubrics for edTPA. I hate that the sun is in my face. That just made it worse. But there are 16 rubrics of edTPA. So it's not like I know my total score was a 3 because I'll just insert a screenshot of the score report so you guys can see it. At the top there is a rubric thing, and it says total like average rubric score, and then mine said 3.6, so I'm guessing like that's a 3, almost a 4, but I got 3. I scored 3s and 4s in all areas of the rubrics, which is really great. Liberty really did not want us to get 1s and 2s, and we had to go through, like, if you've been following along with me on this student teaching journey, you know I've like really struggled with edTPA. edTPA is, I like don't even know what edTPA stands for. edTPA is like this, it analyzes your teaching practices before you become a teacher. Some states require it to be licensed to teach, whether that's like it's K through 12, so it's like not just elementary or not just secondary, it's everyone. And I did my edTPA on kindergarten. So task 1 is the literacy part 1, I guess, because there's 3 parts to literacy and then 1 mathematics, and mathematics is just for elementary ed, which is my major, so I did have to do the mathematics. But task 1 is just lesson planning. You have to plan out and design instruction for literacy, so like language arts, reading, it has to be a reading comprehension, and they really like to see like writing, like reading writing connections, like whether you're like reading a book out loud to the class, like I had my students, like I read a book out loud to them and then they drew a picture and like tried to write about their picture. Because they're kindergarten, like, you know, it's not that much, but if you were doing older grades, you could like have them write a book report or something. I don't know. So it's just like comprehension, and you have to have 3 to 5 lesson plans. I did 3. Like I've never really heard of anyone doing 5. That's what my professor said. Like everyone just usually does 3. Learning segment, you have to have like essential focus. You have to have essential focus and an essential literacy strategy that your instruction is based off of, and then you use that throughout the next 2 tasks. So task 2 is just videos. You video tape yourself giving the lessons, and then you respond to prompts on, like, you have to go back and rewatch your videos. And this was the most tedious thing. I had to redo mine 3 times to pass technical review, because Liberty puts ours through a technical review system to make sure we're not getting 1s and 2s, and they send it back to us and tell us, hey, you can submit to Pearson. So I had to go back and redo mine 3 times. The last time was just because the timestamps were messed up, because you have to go back and find timestamps to put into your instruction, so into your instructional commentary, because there's planning commentary, which is task 1, instructional commentary, task 2, and this is for literacy, and then the assessment commentary is task 3 for literacy. So then task 3, you analyze assessment, you analyze the assessments that you planned in your lesson plans, which can be like, which I had to really think hard on because it's kindergarten that I was doing, that I'm in for my student teaching placement. So it's very hard. So most of my assessments were like cut and paste activities, or even like hands-on, like them verbally talking to me about the story that I read to them. It can really be anything. It just has to be comprehension. And then you have to make graphs and tables and charts, and you have to analyze them. You have to like analyze your student work samples, and so it's a lot of work. It took me so long. Like every night I would come home from school and just work on edTPA, and then I finally submitted it Halloween weekend, like everything. It was such a relief. But task 4 is actually the first task we did, so I did it back in September. That's mathematics. They got that out of the way for like us elementary majors to just go ahead and do that, because SPED and secondary education don't have to do task 4 mathematics, but we had to, which is basically task 3, like literacy assessment. It's a math assessment. So task 4, you just plan 3 lesson plans, and then you don't have to go like in depth talking about what you're doing. You just have to go in depth, describe, use research to say like what you did in the assessment, what worked, and then you have to give a re-engagement lesson. Again, I chose a cut and paste activity and like a numbers tracing activity for them to do. And I had them write their numbers because I was counting from 1 to 20 was what I did. So yeah, that is basically a breakdown of the tasks for edTPA. Again, if you're secondary or SPED, you do not have to do task 4. Lucky you, because task 4 and task 3 took a very long time. So yeah, that's the breakdown of edTPA. And I also wanted to talk to you about the research part of edTPA. You do have to have research for I don't think task 4 did not require task 1, 2, and 3. You have to have research-based evidence. It's like educational theorists. I'm like trying to think. Jean Piaget, or John Piaget. Sorry, not John Piaget. And then there was another one that I used. Can't think. It was like the 5 like behavioral things of students, like the cognitive abilities of students. Like, it's not coming to the top of my head. Thankfully, Liberty, in one of my classes, senior year, right before I started student teaching, my teacher made us do a PowerPoint of all like these educational theorists, and then we had to find sources. And so basically, like, my research part was done. Like, I basically just copied and pasted from the PowerPoint that I made in that class into my research, like, question of edTPA. That was very helpful, though, with the research. I also, like, went on to my OU, like, library database and found some good journal entries about stuff. So that is basically edTPA, and I finally survived edTPA. But I just wanted to make like a quick little informational video. The only way I can say that I survived edTPA is just I devoted so many hours to working on edTPA, and I was kind of nervous going into edTPA because my supervisor for my student teaching was like, oh, every single weekend you're going to be working on edTPA, you're going to be doing this. No, I'm telling you, throughout my entire student teaching, I can count on one hand the amount of times that I've worked on homework on a Saturday, and it's a lot of homework. But I tell you, I came home from school every single day, no matter how tired I was, and I would just work on my work, and basically until I went to bed, which isn't very healthy, I guess. But I did that like during the week, and by Friday night I wouldn't have any homework to work on. The only thing I would work on the weekends, edTPA. Like, if my teachers sent it back to me to have me redo something, I would do a lot of editing on the weekends of edTPA. But I really just grinded when I got home from school, and I never had to work on edTPA on the weekend, like during my free time when I wasn't at school doing my student teaching. So that's like the best advice I can give you, is just come home and allow yourself to have time. Because like, I still, went and worked out. I would like still eat dinner with my family. I would still do all of those things, but I would manage my time so I could work on edTPA along with my other classwork, my lesson planning, and everything else. I would manage my time so that I could get certain tasks done, or like certain questions of tasks done, like throughout the week. And then by Friday, I wouldn't have to do anything but revise. So that's just my advice for that. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, I'm so like happy and grateful to have passed, even to get a high as a 4 on some of the tasks. So, which I was not expecting that at all. But I just wanted to make this video because I was looking, as I was going through edTPA myself and trying to do it, I was looking at videos on YouTube for like strategies to help with edTPA, to help you pass it, and I couldn't find anything. So I was like, I'm gonna make this video about edTPA, and I hope that it was helpful. Yeah, I really hope it was helpful and not like too rambly. Anyway, I hope that you guys have a great day, and if you want to see more videos like this, let me know. I do plan on making a student teaching video after I complete student teaching, which is in like 2.5 weeks, which is crazy. Me, time has flown by. But yeah, I hope that you guys have a great day, whatever you're doing, and I will see you in my next video. All right, bye guys.